Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. I have found a bunch of my old artwork. It is a huge big pile of paper. This is all the stuff that's not in sketchbooks. Some of it's like finalized artwork, some of it's just printer paper that I decided to do artwork on. And I thought I would just kind of go through it. So this is kind of like the pile of unsorted artwork. So first of all, there is this. I believe I did this with the ARTHACK technique. Turns out to be quite good. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link to a video below. Here is, I think I was just trying to work out some channel design, some channel art by the look of it. It's just some printer paper. And here is a painting of a coffee cup done with coffee. That's on some like thicker card. Turned out quite good. I was able to get some good shading and stuff like that. Here is it looks like a drawing of a lady. I think I was doing it with like a circle template, which never turns out really well for the human face because it's more of an oval. But cute-ish, I guess. Bunch of flowers and butterflies. This is supposed to be like a diamond, I guess, or a little sort of a gemstone. Not very good at gemstones, so it kind of turned out weird. There's a little sort of watercolour, sort of landscape. And abstract design. Here are some artworks I did for another video. They are where you take the watercolor and you just make random shapes, and then once you've made the random shapes, you just decide what you're going to turn those random shapes into. So there's these ones, and then these ones here, some little underwater fish and stuff like that. What is this? Oh, this is a design I did for an artwork I painted on a piece of wood. So I wanted to design what it was going to be before I started painting, which turned out quite pretty. This is like I think it was a either a sunset or a volcano or something. I'm not sure what I was going for. But I think I was trying to do the technique where you put salt onto the watercolor. But for some reason all of the colour kind of ran together. It didn't turn out that well. But I keep it because I like the shading here. And also kind of, it's good to keep the artworks that don't turn out good so that you can kind of improve next time. Here is a strange lady's face. It looks like I drew it first and then I tried to draw it again in marker. I think the one in pen looks better. But it's just supposed to be really, really cartoony. This is like supposed to be out of a spaceship looking at an asteroid hitting Earth. I gave it kind of a shine to it. I was trying to make it look like glass, but really it just came off so shiny it's kind of hard to tell what the picture is of. In real life it's a lot easier to see, but on camera it just picks up that shine, as you can see, and it just, yeah, destroys it. Another sort of abstract, colourful kind of artwork. I think this was also done with like the salt, and that's why you've got these cool little patches and stuff like that. That turned out kind of cool. It's sort of underwater, I guess, maybe. Here's another watercolour landscape. Actually, I think that's done in acrylic. And this was done in 2018. As you can tell, my technique is not fantastic, but I am slowly improving, kind of. Here's an artwork I did with water marbling. So you float colour on top of water and then you lay the paper in it and it creates a water marble effect. I like this artwork. It's probably one of my favourites. It goes this way. I like how it's sort of like two different kinds of water marbling. The one where it's all smooth colours and then one where all the colours have kind of bubbled out and become all patchy. And then I gave it kind of a border. I like it. Here is watercolour that I did in layers. So there's like a layer of card here, then there's layers of paper to create the waves, and then another piece of paper here that reflects this. So that's how that's supposed to kind of work out. This is a capsicum. It doesn't look very much like a capsicum, but that's what it was supposed to be. Here is the beginning of a watercolour that seems like I didn't finish it. Here's another watercolour that I really like. I like how I got all the different colours here. And it's kind of got this really kind of, I don't know, rustic look to it with a very few colours, a lot of white. Here's a face I was drawing. I was trying to get the proportions right, but I think I made the mouth too small and the nose and the mouth are way too far away from each other. I think I have that issue. I'm going to try better, but you got to practice before you can get it perfect. Here's another kind of like a sad drawing of a face. I think I was trying to do some like skin tone making. Didn't work too well, but that's alright. This one here, oh, that's like a colouring in page. I'm not sure how that got in there. Probably because I like it. I like how it turned out. It's very pretty. There's a little Always Such Joy, and it's got some flowers. I think that's pretty. Be good for like a card or something if you fold it like that. It's like very, very thick paper. And here's a little perspective kind of drawing I was trying to do of a table. The perspective kind of got warped out because I think this line should be more here. And that would probably be better. But perspective is a tricky one. Takes a bit of trying. And here's another one. I was trying to do like the shadow, but the shadow turned out really wrong. So like the bottle's right. It's supposed to be like a sauce bottle, like a ketchup bottle. And then the shadow is supposed to go kind of along and then hits the wall and goes up. But I think that means that that should have this bit missing. I have a lot of these. You'll probably see them as I'm going through. They're just those little tiny canvas squares. I did this one as a sun. I think I was trying to do one for each season, like a season set of 4. But I don't know. I'll put them to the side and see if I can find all 4 and see if that's how that worked out. This is a nice little artwork that I did. It's like 3 different artworks that I put together on this card. It's like a big thick piece of cardboard, as you can see. Boop. But yeah, I like this. I like the bright orange and yellow. Yellow is probably my favourite colour, hence the sunshine. And another sort of a windy road into a forest that looks like the forest just gets more and more dense. That's what I was going for. Yeah. There's a little sort of watercolour with like a splattery kind of effect. It turned out quite pretty. Here's a painting of a reindeer. And this might be done in like watercolour, like the tubes of watercolour. Because it feels like watercolour, it does not feel like acrylic. This is a painting of like the seashore. I like how the little rocks and things turned out. They look quite nice. I did a little bit of the yellow into the sea so it reflects the yellow of the sun. I don't know how accurate that is. The sun's kind of white. There's a bird, upside down. A bird falling asleep under the eave of a house. I don't know if birds fall asleep like that. It's just how I drew it. And I think this one was done in oil. Yeah. It's a painting of a little fox, a couple of little foxes, and a little owl and a tree. And like paper stuck to it, so that's why there's bits of paper. But yeah, if you don't let oil paint dry properly, it will become a bit sticky. You're also supposed to like varnish it. I didn't have any oil painting varnish stuff, so I just left it as is. And because these bits of paper in the sky anyway, they look like clouds, it doesn't matter. But it's got that, again, it's got the shine. My camera doesn't entirely like that. But that's why people like oil paint, because it's the shine. I like this because I like how the umbrella turned out. I feel like the umbrella turned out really, really well. Like it's... the drawing of the umbrella is quite nice. And then there's like a cat trying to chase a mouse, but he doesn't want to get out in the rain, so he's hiding under the umbrella. It's very cute. This is a kitty cat. I think it's done in watercolour. It's quite cute. I like the eye. I think the eye turned out really well. The rest of it's not so good, but the eye turned out nice. This is, I think, a magpie, probably. It's also done in oil. I can tell because it's shiny. But this is one of the ones where I was trying to do it where you use the paint to texture. So instead of like trying to get the paint really smooth, you're purposely leaving it kind of streaky and textured. I wanted it to be like that. So the paper is actually really I don't know if you can ever see that. No. But it's very, very textured. Well, you can kind of see it at the bottom there if the light's not too bright. Yeah. Yeah. There's a painting of a girl. Maybe it's supposed to be a self-portrait. I don't know. Another oil painting. It's really heavy, this one, because it's got a lot of paint on it, but I wanted to do a rainbow of all the different colours and sort of blend them. For some reason, I find oils really hard to blend, but I assume you're supposed to be able to blend with them. Series A. Another little landscape watercolour. Quite pretty. It's a drawing that I did. Sort of half in dark, half in light. I kind of like it. I like the eye. I feel like the eye turned out well. It's a watercolour drawing. I like this one because I like the way the sun turned out. Leaving that kind of lightness around the sun really kind of makes it stand out. And the flowers are really pretty. This tree kind of looks out of place. It would be good if the tree was kind of here, like up higher. But yeah, the little flowers and things, it's pretty. Some frangipani flowers. I think it's supposed to go that way. Possibly that way. I'm not sure. My signature's there, so it must go that way. Anyway, frangipanis. I like how bright the colours are on that. Turned out pretty. This is I guess it's a jellyfish. And another watercolour. I think I did this one for a video. And it's supposed to be like the morning coming through the clouds of the sun. And then it's like a little crops, like a farmland. It's another face. Kind of looks like the Beatles to me. Just the long hair and the kind of sideburns. It's weird. Another watercolour. As you can tell, I really love watercolour. A lot of the time you'll find the backgrounds look kind of boring because I usually will do the design and then I'll go, oh, I better do a background, and then I'll paint a background. And I really should kind of plan out my artworks a bit more. Yeah, it's okay. It's another one where it's like a speckledy kind of abstract art thing. I was just trying out all different colours and then speckling other colours on top. I don't know what that is. It looks like it's blurry. Like you're trying to look at something through a blurry window. Now this one here, I have the original. This is the one I was talking about that I drew, and it's based off of a Mark Crilly drawing where he drew this little chibi character in an aeroplane, and I thought a little kid would pretend to be in an aeroplane, so I put him in like a little box, you know, like kids' imaginations. They see like a box can go anywhere, and then like an old ice cream container and some little tubes and stuff to pretend that that's like a little aeroplane. I really, really like this drawing. That's why I never coloured it. I just left it. And then I printed it. And there's another video where I show how to print out your own designs onto watercolour paper so you can paint them. And that's what I was doing on this one. I was painting it just to see how it would turn out. I like it black and white better. I never ended up painting it. It got a little bit of schmutz down the bottom here, but that's okay. I just wanted to leave it black and white. I feel really proud of this drawing. I think it turned out really, really well. I like the little details like the tape on the box and the little ice cream container. And he's little sort of like hunched up inside the box, pretending. It's very cute. And another sort of abstract leaf flowery type thing. I think I was trying to just do 2 colours, see what it turned out like. Oh, here's the rest of these little things. And that's just another, yeah, it's just little flowers and dots. Yeah, here they are. Slowly collecting them all. Here's a canvas. I think this is also oil painting. I think it turned out quite nice. I like the texture down the bottom here. You get this kind of like textured trees. And then I wanted it to kind of really blend out into like a, almost, there's dust on it, but almost a, like a desert sun or a sandstorm or something like that. Some sort of thing. There's another one of those. I'll put them all to the side and we can look at them all. This is like a postcard, and I did like just random paint splotches on it and then tried to make a design out of the random paint splotches and ended up being like a little girl collecting fruit. Quite pretty. And that just looks like some blue card. Some more random card. Some more random card. I think I must have just grabbed all of this. That's I don't know what that is. Fingerprints, probably. And here's a bunch of little like artworks, and they're all attached to an old banner that I had. This is my old logo, this one here. And I redrew it so that it was like a nicer version of it. I wanted to make it like without the little, I guess they're called like the little sun rays. I wanted to make it without that. Little colour wheel by the look of it. And oh, these look like postcards. I was trying to make more postcards. There's like a colour wheel there and just a plain red card, streaky card. I don't know why I have this, and I've been looking through it and trying to figure out, but this is a page from a Dora the Explorer colouring in book. I don't have the colouring in book anymore. But I don't know why I have just this weird individual page from a colouring in book. I just don't know why I have it. And here I was like practicing watercolour, sort of running into each other. Getting to the bigger artworks now. This one got a bit of water damage by the look of it here, but it was supposed to be like under the sea. So I was kind of going like a different blue and then blending up into this blue. I liked it before it got the water damage. But yeah. I'm sure I could like make this into like, I don't know, seaweed or something. And then it would make sense. But I was going for like all just one colour and trying to see what I could make out of that. And here's another like, another like little face. See, I'm not fantastic at faces, and it's something that I'm starting to understand, that I don't have to be good at drawing faces. Like, that's not important. Here's another, I'm not sure what I was going for here. It looks like I had a tree behind here, and then I painted over the top of the tree with this red colour. I guess it's like a pinky colour. I'm not sure what I was going for there. What else is there? Another tree. Ooh. It's like a glass with a paintbrush in it, and then on that side is some flowers. Alright. So it's like a very, very plain landscape. Blue at the bottom. Maybe I was waiting for this to dry and I totally forgot about it. That is a watercolour person's life. You put down your artwork to go, oh, I'll work on that later, and you never do. Here's some more little artworks done on watercolour. I like this because I like the way the blue kind of goes from blue to purple. It's hard to see in the camera. I'm trying to bring it to the light so you can kind of see. And then I did the same sort of idea, but I put black at the bottom to make like a little sort of a scene. I guess if you put them together, probably that way. Yeah, maybe that's what I was going for. That they kind of go together. That's like the sky and that's like the ground. Here's just some flowers. And here's probably a few of the like larger artworks that I did. I don't know if I've shown these before. I don't think I have. They're not perfect, but I really like her like shirt and her dress and these roses. Like her shirt's quite cute. And a little book. It's supposed to be like autumn and she's reading under a tree. I really like the leaves too. I think the leaves turned out really pretty. And then this one here is that one I had of the crying little girl that I redid to an artwork. You can see that like I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. I do, like the fabric turned out quite cute and her hair is really cute. I love the hair curls. And I like the tears. She looks really sad. I drew a lot of sad faces, honestly. Here is an artwork that I did. It's going to look better that way. This is done with soy, like soy sauce. And I mixed with water to create different tones. And then I used, I think this is like some shading pencils to give a bit more definition up here in the clouds. And yeah, I think it turned out really cool. I like how the sails turned out. They kind of look really fabric-y. I'm pretty proud of this artwork. It was one of the artworks. I did this in 2016, so a while ago. I think the other two, yeah, these are all from 2016. This one's from 2017. It is Peter Rabbit, and he's stealing some eggs. I think I did this for a video. His legs turned out weird. He's not great. And he also got water damaged. I think this whole box got water damaged, to be honest. And last but not least, some cute and in love little jellyfish. It's like the little lady jellyfish is giving some hearts to the little gentleman jellyfish. I don't know, I think it's cute. And then it's these little guys. So I think I was trying to do like different seasons. I don't know, I'm missing one. I think there was 6. So these are the sort of individual artworks that are part of part 2 of this video. I just wanted to sort of give you an idea of how I've been going over the last few years. If I find any more of my artworks, I'll definitely be doing more of these videos, and any of the videos mentioned will be linked in the description. So feel free to have a bit of a look through there if you'd like to see how I completed some of these artworks. Also, there is a video that I show my 2016-2017 sketchbooks. I think there's like 4 of them, so I'll link that in the description as well if you'd like to see a bit more of my artwork. But I want to thank you so much for sticking with it, and I hope you guys have a sunshiny day. I'll see you guys next week.